Regards from Lviv, Ukraine. My name is Orest and this is my lovely wife.
Hi, my name is Marta.
And you might be wondering that, is there any business possible to operate under war circumstances? So in this video we're gonna explore a little bit about Lviv and see how things are operating here. So first of all, it's pretty loud over here, just listen. At the moment there is a power cut happening in our city and all this noise comes from those generators, you see? There is one generator over here, another over there, and they are powered on fuel in order to keep the businesses up and running. So basically those are regular shops that simply carry on during the blackout in our city. Let's continue. Public transport is going according to the schedule, and Marta, what can you say about this? How people handle this noise and evaporations from the fuel?
I think it's still okay because it's outside and the weather is cold and fresh, so it helps. And also Ukrainians, as a nation, we are pretty brave and adaptive, so we just adapt to any circumstances, and we adapted to this noisy stuff because we need energy, electricity to continue our businesses. For example, yesterday I did my hair, so I was in my hairdresser, and she told me how her business was adapting to this shortcuts of electricity and to war generally.
And basically today, guys, we are going to visit a few places, like some restaurants, some bar, and see how they keep up in those situations. See, that shop is open, and some bakery as well. So things go according to the way it should be. Buses are also operating, and very busy on the streets. As you know, Lviv is the city in the west of Ukraine, which is situated over 1,000 kilometers outside of the war zone, making it a relatively safe place in Ukraine. However, it's important to keep in mind always that our country is at war, and in my channel there are many videos where you can see I've been traveling and exploring the frontline areas. Tram is also busy, it's full, as you can see, and there is even some serious traffic on the streets. What have you done today, honey?
I had a meeting with the artist, and it's some communication with Canada regarding my projects. And I'm supposed to have an interview, but it was postponed for tomorrow for a YouTube channel in the US.
So is there any kind of art scene live in Lviv?
Yes,
wow.
so maybe we should do another video about that.
Absolutely. If you think, guys, this is the right idea, if you're interested to learn more about the art in Ukraine, just make a thumbs up and it will serve as the motivation for Marta to make a special video for you. So you see, there is even a food delivery, guys, going with the app, and we are actually now entering the pedestrian part of Lviv, the medieval central part of our city, which looks pretty similar, as you can see, to many other European towns. The truck of Ukrposhta, National Postal Service, is also going, and it's becoming more and more busy. It's Thursday today, just for you to know, and people are getting ready for a weekend. So, honey, I suggest now we go and sit down somewhere to eat.
Yes, it would be nice because it's pretty cold outside.
Let's go. In the meantime, guys, just check out the statue of the cathedral is covered to protect it in case of some explosions in our city. However, as for now, we are already almost a year into war. So far, all the attacks that happened in Lviv targeted mainly energy infrastructure. In case of civilian casualties, there was recorded only one single death in Lviv since the start of the war, making us very fortunate. This is, by the way, an interesting corner for you to explore. So first of all, there is the pharmacy, yeah? Then there is like a shop with some chocolate and sweets. Another clothes store, yeah, and some food stuff, including croissants. On the opposite side, we can see a bank over here and another clothes store. So yeah, that are the things how going. The only difference is like really loud over here. It's like really too loud for me, for example. Let's hope that the blackout will be finished like in a couple of hours and we will enjoy a normal electricity supply in our city. Traditionally, Lviv was a very important touristic city. So basically before the war, almost 3 million international tourists have been visiting our amazing city, yeah? But now situation is different, so most of the tourists are internal people from Ukraine. However, there are some things like this. And what's interesting, it's written, "We wish you Merry Christmas," obviously you see it, and "Світ без русні," which is a transliteration version from Ukrainian, meaning "and the world without Russians." You know what, honey, many people might be wondering, like, is it safe in Lviv? So what can you tell about this?
Well, it depends. It's nowhere safe in Ukraine 100%. But
in which sense?
In any sense. In the sense of war and possible missiles attacks. But in terms of safety, like regularly on the streets, it's very safe. Way safer than in big European cities as Paris or even maybe Amsterdam, I believe. So it's very safe, so and people are nice.
So basically, Marta is talking about the street crime, right? So,
yes, we almost don't have, I believe.
It's very natural for people to think that if there is country at war, even by visiting places away from the front line, they are risking to be a victim of a street violence. However, this is not the case for Ukraine. First of all, naturally, Ukrainians are very peaceful people, and even some riots in Paris when, you know, protesters start flipping the cars already sounds too wild for us. And secondly, because of the martial law, because of the state of war in Ukraine, it's even safer because there is obviously bigger police presence, and the fact that we have the curfew every night, you know, these like gangsters don't really show up. Okay, honey, this is our place to go. Sushi, let's try it. Okay, this what we've got looks pretty fancy, Marta.
Yes, I know, that's why I'm so spoiled, because of really good quality and not very high prices of restaurant services and generally food in Ukraine. And it's really awesome, look at this. And it's not, I mean, if you compare, if you would love to order something like this somewhere in Europe or in the United States, it's insane expensive. But here we can go each weekend probably to eat this kind of food.
First of all, it's pretty impressive that such kind of restaurants continue operating in Ukraine even under such circumstances. So they are forced to have their own generator, as you've seen, to serve clients and so on. And you know, the gastronomy level in Lviv is pretty on a high level because this is not the unique restaurant. This is one of many places in our city. But also there is, I would say, the ethical part behind this video and behind us coming here. First of all, we came because we were invited. So basically they wrote me on Instagram, please come and check out our stuff. And secondly, you might be wondering, do you have the moral right to go and eat out when there is war in our country? You know, and I question this myself pretty often. However, even in Kharkiv in the east, the city which is like under pretty regular bombardment, the restaurants are operating, you know, and people keep up with their businesses. They do their best to carry on, and even by visiting these places, you kind of like exercise the support of them. So if by any chance you will be in Lviv, check out Maminori restaurant with a pretty nice and high level Asian food. and also, you know, eat out in other different places, because your physical presence, you know, the fact that you are going around and you spend money by supporting local businesses already means a lot to keep this country running and to support our people who are trying their best to sustain in such difficult circumstances.
Let's see.
Okay, this became pretty busy over here. More people showed up, and it's time for us to leave too. So, papa, do побачення. Bye bye. Okay, honey, you're out.
Yes, I need to do some stuff at home and wish you a good time in a bar.
But before the bar, where I have arranged for one meeting already, let's just have a short walk around the city. It looks like electricity is back, and hopefully
And fog.
Yeah, and some fog around too. Yeah, fog around too. So, but that's like a normal evening rather in Lviv in this time of the year. I became pretty sleepy, so it feels like having a coffee. And within many different coffee shops in Lviv, there is a big selection, so let's try one of them. Something like a library with a coffee. Let's go inside over here. Okay, my coffee is ready. Thank you. How are you doing?
Actually, I'm fine, but nowadays it's really hard to work without electricity. We have to buy
Generators.
yeah, the generator.
But you are doing good, I see, no?
Actually, not, because our coffee machine doesn't work when we use our generator, and also it costs a lot of money, and it's really tired sometimes. So
Okay.
it's really difficult.
Thank you. I'm sure this is very tasty. The cost of doing business definitely goes up when you have to produce all your electricity with a generator. So it's approximately 10 times more expensive to pay for electricity with a fuel as opposed to regular energy supply as we used to have normally, yeah, in Ukraine. So you might be wondering, like, how much does it cost? What have you just seen right now? So for example, this cappuccino is a little bit over than 50 hryvnia, which is like under 1.5 US dollars. And the dinner we had with my wife in a sushi bar is under 20 American dollars. So basically it still keeps everything very, very affordable for international standards, obviously. However, for many Ukrainians with crazy inflation over here, this might be you know, pretty expensive depending on which circumstances they are. All right, so we are back on the streets. It's getting completely dark outside, but as you can see, illumination is back. And there is even this huge Apple store. Yeah, Apple store in Ukraine. Most of people around probably would not even consider that you can buy the Apple phone over here, but in fact there are many shops all around, and you know, this is a hype that is active all around. Life goes on, people hang out. Even here you can see some guys are doing some pizza. This is going their own way. Yeah, and in general it's pretty lively on the main square, with some standing outside bars. And yeah, for those who simply stroll around. This is our city hall, by the way, guys, with the imposing bell tower, which is reaching up to 60 meters. Our city council, our mayor, they all hang out here. And there, what I can see is something from the Christmas tradition, of course. So basically, yeah, this reminds us of the Christmas times. This looks like a tour with a guide and with some group who are having more formal excursion around our city. And also on the side of the square, all the shops and other businesses are basically going the way they were always going. So walking on this square, it's without knowing, it's hard even to realize that there is currently war going in Ukraine. Our last stop, guys, for today is there's such a nice cocktail bar. It calls The Room. It's situated in the center of Lviv, and as you can see, this is pretty lively over here. So basically the bar scene is ongoing and the life goes on. For many people this is kind of a relief in the end of the day. Doesn't matter, are you a soldier who came here for the rotation or if you work on a regular office job in Lviv. And this is just one of another examples that yeah, things continue and carry on here in the city during the days of the war. How are you doing?
Oh, very good, thanks.
Very good?
Yeah.
What are you doing here? Like just came for the drink?
Yeah, I had a very difficult day, so I
Difficult?
went out.
What
Yeah.
happened? I see the dog looks pretty relaxed.
Yeah, you know, it helps me to relax actually.
Cool. Enjoy!
Thanks.
Girls are waiting for the next client, and yeah, this goes like this. On this final stop, guys, I would like just to thank you for watching this video. You know, it doesn't matter where you are, just write me down below in the comments from where are you watching this video. I would like to tell that despite all the difficulties, despite all these like challenges that Ukraine is now going through, people try to keep up with their life as much as possible, including regular public services, including bar scene, including restaurants, and so on. And I really hope that this video will encourage you at least to research a little bit more about Lviv and hopefully to come here for a visit. Even during the times of war, it's absolutely safe, as you can see, to visit our city, and just for you to know that your physical presence will mean a lot. Thanks a lot for watching. It was Orest from Lviv, Ukraine, and see you in the upcoming videos. Good luck!